A pie chart is very similar to a bar graph in that it is a graph of a categorical variable. All right, but instead of having bars, I'm going to have wedges of my pies, and those wedges are going to tie into those proportions. All right, so again, I've got 26%, 43%, 31%. So 46. See, 26%. Neither, this was 44%. And liberal, this was 31%. All right, just summarizing my distribution here. 26, 43, 31. Yes, 43. All right. So if I did this by hand, I'm going to do this by hand with the first one. I'm going to show you some other things you can do with the other one. All right, so basically I'm going to start here. All right, 26%, it's a little bit more than a fourth. So instead of going straight over, I'm just going to go just slightly down a little bit. All right, so here's my conservatives, which is, this is 26%. All right, and the 31%, I'm going to jump to that because that's about a third. All right, so a third of a pie is like this. All right, so this is liberal, this is 31%, and then the rest of those, because it's a little harder to draw, 43% is a little bit less than half, so this is my neither. All right, that is a pie chart. Now, unlike a bar graph, I can't just use part of it. All right, the reason is when I see this pie chart, the however much is being, you know, so when I see this guy looks like it's about a third of the pie, then I know that liberals are around a third of the class. All right, and when I see this is just a little bit bigger than a fourth, I know this guy's around a fourth. All right, I can't just put two categories in there and say, okay, here's my liberals and here are my conservatives. So this is 31% and this is 26%. All right. The reason I cannot use this is because when I see this graph and I see the area, this looks like over half of my class are liberal, because over half of the graph is for this liberal. All right. So I cannot do that. Now I can, you know, just use one. I mean, I might say, well, how many do I have that are neither liberal? If that's the only thing I'm interested in, I might say, okay, here's my neither, all right, and here's the rest, you know, the rest. So I can combine them into one big. I can combine the liberal and the conservative and say, you know, this has some political leaning, this has no political leaning. I can split it up like that, but I can't just leave one out and make everything else bigger. All right, both great graphs. Great graphs. All right, so that is my chapter 2, part 1, which is the summarizing of a categorical or qualitative variable. All right, and I am done, and I will talk to you guys next week, and we'll be talking about summarizing a quantitative variable. And there's many ways to do that. So have a good week, and I'll see you in class.